Hello, beautiful souls. Elena Fouché, energy healer here. I want to tell you a little bit about why is it that when we're healing, things get worse instead of better. Or we could say they get worse before they get better. This happens really consistently, both in my own healing work and when I'm working with clients. And it happens so much, and it's so crazy, that it's worth talking about. So what's actually happening, and why is it that things get worse before they get better when we're healing? And the short answer is actually they don't get worse. What happens is that we're actually noticing what's here. So let me explain. Basically what happens is when we have something bad happen, like a trauma, it's too much to deal with. We process what we can, we do what we can, we feel what we can, we experience what we can, and then the rest of it we hold on to and basically hold somewhere in our system. Oh, it can actually be in the physical body. You can experience it as a physical structure or thing in your body. You can also put it out in your field, in the energy field that's not part of your physical body, but it's still part of your system. So that's what happens when we experience trauma. We've got some part of an experience that we weren't able to process, and so we stick that somewhere. And then, so that we don't accidentally stumble upon it and just, oops, start feeling that one day, we do things to ignore it. And most of us do one of three things, fight, flight, or freeze. And you probably recognize yourself with these. Most of us, when we start moving towards that pain, we either get really angry and start fighting, or we get really busy and start fleeing, right? Because every time we slow down, we start feeling. Or when we get close to it, we go numb, we freeze, right? And we just stop feeling anything at all. And so those are really helpful because that keeps us from accidentally feeling this thing when we're not ready, when we're not feeling safe. So when we get to that space where we're like, okay, I'm ready to heal this. I'm ready to process what I couldn't process. I'm ready to feel what I couldn't feel. Now we stop doing all these things. We stop doing the running, the numbing, and the fleeing, and we actually turns our consciousness towards the thing, right? And so now we allow ourselves to actually feel what's here. And guess what? That sucks. It feels bad. And so we go from not feeling to feeling. And so it feels like it gets worse. It feels like we didn't have this pain, this suffering, this horrible thing before, and now that we're trying to heal, now we have this feeling, and it's awful. And it's weird, like we don't understand, we think we're doing something wrong. If I'm healing, aren't I supposed to be better? I'm getting worse, Yes and no. So understand that this moment of the healing process, or these moments of the healing process where you're actually slowing down, you're feeling safe enough, and you're turning towards the thing, you're feeling the thing now, it's gonna feel worse. That's about 80% of what happens, is you're just turning towards it and feeling it. Of course, about 20% is that as you start uncovering it and feeling it, you allow it to, I don't know what really happens, but to me, it feels like it expands, right? It actually gets a bit bigger. And that is about, I would say about 20% of it is, yeah, it actually does get worse in the sense that it was more compressed before, and now it can actually breathe and expand and unpack and unfold and bloom. And that is a bit worse. But in my experience, it's only about 20%. Most of the getting worse is me just facing it and actually feeling what's here. In any and all case, 100% of it was already here. So I'm not actually making it worse in the sense that I've already been living with this thing, right? It's kind of like lancing a boil. I've already had this infection. right? I've already been living with it, carrying it, and my system has been dealing with it. And so what I'm doing is I'm letting it out and letting it go. And it's kind of icky and gooky when that happens. So it's not very nice in that sense. On the other hand, once you let it go, it's so much easier. And now your system doesn't have to spend so much energy holding it in and ignoring it, however you were ignoring it. Hope that helps. Take care and see you next time.